Welcome to the Freedom Savage Podcast.
I don't wanna talk.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's your boy Douglas, or you can call me Freedom. Welcome to my channel. This is episode 6 of my podcast. Happy Pride Month, happy Black Music Month, and happy Juneteenth. I know it's been a couple of weeks since my last episode, but there was just some stuff going on at home that had to be taken care of. Everything is doing mighty peachy and really great now. So that's what I'm grateful for. But there was just a lot of stuff going on. That's also the reason for why I have this little background. I know I look like a Zoom teacher. Don't at me. As y'all already know, I'm going to have an air conditioner in the back. Just because I'm not in my old room doesn't mean that the tea is not still the tea. So y'all might hear it go on and off because it's on econ right now. 2 amazing guests today, one familiar face and a new face. And we are going to get into some pretty great things, and I'm ready to get y'all back into the gears of this. We back on our bullshit, so you already know. Also, stay tuned for the music. Thank you guys for the reception for the music that I've and little small projects and stuff that I've been putting out lately. Thank you guys for all of the love. Way more than where that came from. And I'm just excited. I'm just excited for how things are moving right now as far as like my channel and music and stuff is concerned. And I'm just ready to give y'all everything that I have. And yeah. Before we start this video, I want to make sure that you guys like, share, and comment below this video and subscribe to my channel. Why? Because you need me.
Please get up.
Hi, TT.
Hi, baby.
Hi. Thank you so much for joining.
No problemo. I'm excited.
Oh my God. Okay. Hey, everyone. As y'all already know, this is my first segment, Freedom of Speech, Part 1. And joining me today is a very close, she's family. Just like I have family on the last episode, we got family on this episode. Back at it again with more family. TT, you can introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Tivana, mom of 3, a teacher assistant, and I'm all for this conversation.
So, for those of you guys who don't know, TT is like a sister to me. Her family and my family, we practically grown up with one another. Both of our mothers are thick as thieves.
That's right. Yeah.
Very
blood can't make us any much more related. Like we are related.
The following discussion will include some graphic wording and detail of violent acts. Viewer discretion is advised. So, I brought you here today to talk about gun violence. As we already know, just like if you've seen on the Shade Room or just like any news article on the news period, there's been a lot of mass shootings, a little bit more than usual in the last 2 months. Not only is it horrifying and traumatizing, but it also is getting annoying. Hearing about the grocery shooting like 2 weeks after, and then the school shooting, which broke my heart. I felt like this was important because I first had one topic that I did want to discuss, but then I was like, you know what? Actually, I think this one is more important because of so much stuff going on. I was like, we need to really discuss this. So before we even start, I just wanted to say to all of the families out there of the victims who have passed away from these horrifying massacres in the last couple of weeks, my heart is definitely with you. And I pray that your family, everyone around you guys gets through this as steadily and easily as possible, because these situations are very horrifying, especially because everything happens so random. I know how traumatizing that is. Again, I can't fully speak, but being on that N train during that craziness, it really was horrifying. And my first question for you is I wanted to get your opinion on everything that's been happening so far as these shootings is concerned.
The school shootings, oh my gosh, I had to get on this for that because like I said, I have 3 kids. One of them is in elementary school and I work in an elementary school, and my last day of work, because we in PA, so we got out, our last day was supposed to be June 1st. Our last day was May 31st due to the fact of someone threatening to shoot up the schools. prior to the last day of school. So they shut school down. The workers still had to come in, but the kids could not come in on the last day of school. And it was just like so unfair because like the last day of school was the fifth graders graduation. So because of these mass shooting, like in this neighborhood, the fifth graders can't even have a graduation. You know, I had to go to work still. Thank God my daughter did it. But you know, she had to go to daycare for the day. And it was just scary because it's like, okay, it's no students, but what if they come and what if they still come? And you know the staff still have to be there. And it's just so heartbreaking and unfair. And then I'm in another school. My we in the same district, but different schools. And it's like, okay, now I'm out of school. It could be a situation. And then I have to worry about my daughter in another school. And even as far as them saying like the cops was there for however long they were there, and they wasn't even inside the school trying to like vacate it.
You know how mad I was when I heard
you're
about
supposed
that?
to protect and serve. So like my kid has to get this education and she's not protected.
But they want to force women to have kids and can't even ensure that said child is going to make it past 10.
Literally. And that is so heartbreaking and scary. Because like at this point, I'm ready to homeschool and try to figure out like a home job. Because like, and it's like, okay, now the school year is over, but like, what about next school year? We go back to school in August up here. Like, I'm worried.
August as well. It's insane. It's insane.
It's like, this is insane. And it's like, I'm going to be at work taking care of other people's children, not knowing if someone is taking care of my children. So I'm going to be out of school. God forbid something happens. I'm protecting somebody else's children, not knowing if mine is getting protected. It has you wonder, like, does the government have anything to do with this?
Yeah.
Because at this point,
yeah,
it's just like, this is not.
It's too coincidental that everything is just happening one after another. It's almost as if like it's being let happen. Like it's like almost as if there's
that's exactly what them cops did. They let that happen. They could have protected. I'm not saying any child should have passed, but rather the number that it was, it could have been a lower number.
Yeah. The cops acted so poorly. And then they had the nerve to arrest parents that just ended up taking matters into their own hands. Any parent in that situation would have done that. If I had kids in there, best believe I would have been in that school ready to get my kids out. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit there, literally watch y'all do nothing. Y'all did nothing. Y'all stood there. He had time to lock the door. He had time to lock himself in a room with little kids. What does that tell you? That's what's so sketchy to me. Like, he literally had easy access to get a gun, easy access to go into that school, and none of y'all did anything. That's sketchy to me. That's sketchy. And there's nothing that you can say that will ever justify that y'all did wrong. The cops acted so poorly over there. The kids in the classrooms were calling 911 because they didn't even know that y'all were there. They didn't even know that y'all were in the hallway. And you literally got kids on the phone, whispering into the phone, crying, telling them to get the cops here now. The fact that they even know to do that in that situation, the fact that they were put in a position to where they had to do that, it's horrifying. Seeing a lot of what happened with those situations, again, brought me back, even though it's not all the way the same, it brought me back to just what happened to me in the whole shooting on the N train. It wasn't the same, but I didn't even know that the guy a couple of cars away from me on the N train was shooting the people that he was shooting. I didn't even know gunshots were being fired. That was how unaware of the situation I was. I literally just listened to the train announcements and I got on the R train like they told me to. And when the R train stopped, because there was more victims on that train, I had to get off the R train and walk by Red Hook just to get to class. And my mom didn't want me outside for too long, so she made me turn back. And the only thing I could tell myself was, God forbid, that would have been my memorial everybody was going to. That could have been me in the hospital. And that's very horrifying to think. And then a lot of these situations are happening in spaces and during times where you would never think that's happening. 8 o'clock in the morning on the train, during rush hour, a supermarket. Like it just didn't, to, like you said, the fact that it's happening so frequently shows me that something's going on to where these shootings are just allowed to continue to be executed. Like something's going on, and it's sketchy to me. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist or none of those, but it's something sketchy. Something real sketchy is going on, and I don't know what it is. And it's so funny how in a lot of these other countries, because this happens all around the world. It's not just our country, but our country seems to be happening more frequently. Like it's becoming more of a regular thing in this country alone. And that says something, because all of these other countries are able to put treaties and stuff together for it to be stopped. The UK did. This country steadily has a challenge in ensuring safety for everyone, but they are putting all of their energy into situations that really don't matter. The news is normal for reporting a lot of shootings that will happen in the projects and a lot of communities where minorities will make up a lot of the community. I saw a poster yesterday in the lobby of my building, something that Operation Hood was putting together, just for like all of the Black men in the neighborhood to just like come together and have a meeting based off of like all of the gun violence that's been happening. Because in my neighborhood alone, there's been mad shootings. I don't know if anybody told you, but there's been shootings over here like every other day.
Yeah, I've heard.
Operation Hood put together like this little meeting in the center, the community center in our neighborhood. And just looking at the poster, I'm not going to sit here and demean that organization's goal or purpose, but I don't understand what could really be done in situations as far as the projects is concerned, because minorities like us, the whole purpose of us even living in the projects was because they wanted to put us in this box. So all we could do is kill one another.
Literally.
These boys, the reason why you see them shooting and selling drugs and doing what they doing outside is because they don't know of anything else outside of the neighborhood.
That's all they know. Yeah.
When you grow up, that's all you see. And with these community meetings, it's like, how much are y'all really helping? Y'all know people aren't going to come. That's one. If it's not food involved, nobody.
Right. Food and a drink. Yep.
Two, some of y'all are related to said people that are causing these problems. Let's face it, everybody in our neighborhood, everybody related. Everybody's related.
That's heartbreaking.
You know about our neighborhood. Everybody knows somebody, and because of family, because of the no snitching code, nobody's gonna say anything. And looking at the flyer yesterday, what rung in my head was just in a way how pointless it was. But then again, not pointless, because you never know who would hear those meetings and who could really do something. So I'm not going to sit here and demean the whole purpose or say that it shouldn't have happened. But in my personal opinion, it's like, I don't know how much could really be done. And that's what's so scary. What solution is there? Because these boys are set in their ways. This is what they've grown to believe is okay. And I just kind of get your whole view on just like gun violence in minority neighborhoods, because the news loves to spread that out. Not all the other crimes, but it's so normal to mainly talk about Black on Black crime in our neighborhoods. And I wanted to get your opinion on that.
Like you said, it's like they put us in this box and set us up for this, because they plan. I feel like it's a plan. They want us to attack one another. Never mind, be in this box, and we all sad, depressed. Like, I left New York because it's just, and not to say I left and I wasn't sad and depressed, I still was, but it was a different level of sadness. It's a different level of depression, because to see these, because if it's I probably know these shooters. I know, I grew up with these boys. I grew up with these, whether it was school, the Boys and Girls Club, they lived on the same block as me. They lived up the block. Like, I know all these people. And to see us, in school years ago, and now we're shooting one another and we hate one another. It's confusing, because at the same time, although they put us in this box and make it like it's us and we're the issue, Caucasian people do the same exact thing. I live in a redneck neighborhood, like the apartment complex I live in is probably 80% white people. And just because I am a Black female with 3 kids by myself, I'm already disliked. Like literally just like I'm a statistic to them. When I had my first daughter at 24 years old, I had 2 jobs when and I tried to make the whole family thing work. But once again, like when we brought up in these neighborhoods, like all we know is dysfunction. All we know is gun violence. All we know is rap and hip hop. Like ain't nobody on the block listening to country music, but we still had a place to go to where once they took the Boys and Girls Club, I think I was in high school. Once they took that, I don't want to say it got worse. I don't think it got worse, but it still was just nowhere for no one to go but the streets. So they listening to this music, they in the streets, they have nowhere to go. Who knows what they're going through at home? And even you could say most of these shooters are kids of a single mom, but it's some people who have a 2-family home and still resorts to gun violence, drugs, and materialistic stuff. Like all this is cool, all this is normal, and it's just like it's a bigger picture, yes, but they don't have no resources to know that, like none whatsoever. And I have a son, I have 2 daughters and 1 son, and it's like he's only 4 and I'm scared for his life. He don't know nothing about what's going on. They don't know. They innocent kids, but yet as a mom, like you're just still scared for their life because like I could raise him up here on this beautiful mountain and he could still get 18 and want to live back in New York, could remember things about New York and still end up in that lifestyle. And like it's just so scary. And me moving up here where I am, I'm in Wingsboro, Pennsylvania. Nobody probably even heard of this part of Pennsylvania. But and it's a beautiful town, but also 30 minutes away, we in Maryland. A 30-minute drive, we in Maryland, and it's another hood. It's not the hood I grew up in, but it's one and the same. And it's just so scary because as long as they don't have the resources to know that it's more to life, like this is what it's going to be. I personally think a guy get a gun charge, a guy murder somebody, send him to the army. Send him to the army. Because then you give him 10, 15 to life, he come back on the same exact note, if not worse.
The cycle continues.
Send them to the army. Even with that, like how do you stop them from getting a gun? It's really no way. So how about give them a gun in the army? Then they'll see the real, how tough they really are.
Sometimes I be telling myself, where are they if somebody comes from outside of our neighbor, like situations like the one in Buffalo? Like, God forbid something like that was to happen in our neighborhood. Where are the boys that claim they run the block? Where are y'all? To people that's actually causing all of us harm. Where are y'all? Y'all too busy harming us, harming each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where's this energy for the people like I said, that guy in Buffalo who committed that murder? Like, where's the energy for terrorists? The whole point of gangs and all of that stuff even being created was to protect the Black community. So the fact that over time something happened to where that changed and the whole purpose of that changed is so crazy to me. And now in a way it's like it's glorified. It's glorified in music. And it's like it's so hard because, like I said, because they don't know of anything else. And then some of these boys really did have nothing. So they looked at that as their way out, as their easiest way to make money.
That's scary too. The fact that the things that they're rapping and talking, they're not, half the time, they're not even doing. They're trying to get the way they're making their money and the things that they're saying in these lyrics, they bringing that energy in, even though they're not even, half of them not even really doing that. But that's the energy they bringing in. Yeah. And then they, you let a little Black boy from the hood hear it and he think it is so cool. It's like, how do you stop it? It seems never ending. It's like we damned if we do, we damned if we don't. It's heartbreaking. And some people are like that, rapped about that, started some businesses, and they did change.
So be it. Yeah, like Jay-Z.
Right. He still talk like the facts of it. He like the things Jay-Z rapped about, he was literally doing. And as he got deeper in the game, and I don't know exactly, but if that's his, like once he saw what was happening, bringing that energy and rapping all them lyrics, once he changed it up, he still was him, but he changed it up, and he triple, double, quadruple, like he took it to a whole nother. For the people in Marcy Projects, he's starting a program for them. Like that can help, but it's the hood. Like they're gonna find a way around that. They're gonna find a way to mess it up. That can help, yes, but it even has to be more than that.
That's what I mean by Operation Hood. Like, I have nothing against the organization as a whole, because I do feel like they are helping in a way. But like I said, with these little community meetings, like, and all of these things, a lot of people aren't coming to it. And a lot is still not being done. I didn't even know that this meeting existed. That's how you know that's how you know. And I've been home this entire time. I didn't even know that meeting existed. It was only until yesterday I went down to the lobby and I saw one poster in the lobby. One. Usually, for meetings like that, they'll post it like on different parts of the building. It'll be in other buildings. I only saw one poster in the lobby of my building about said meeting. So I don't know, but it kind of goes to show you what's really
like they couldn't put it on social media. And then let's say it's some people that would have been interested and would have went. They how they supposed to know? You can't just put it in the lobby. Like this is mind blowing.
All of this evil in the world. And I told my guest last episode about it, who's also a mom. I told her that, the hope is that something can change and that something can be done. Because at this point, it just becomes annoying. It's normal in this neighborhood, normal to hear about shootings. It's normal. That doesn't blow anybody's mind. It doesn't blow anybody.
I was telling, because the people that I'm meeting up here, like, they couldn't last 24 hours on 23rd Street. Yes. And it's funny though, because like I lived up here prior to me having my children, but all I did was work. I had 2 jobs. I was work. So I had friends, I met people, but this time around, having the kids, like, play dates, meeting parents, like this time around, it's really, really different. So I also work at the kids' daycare, and I work at the elementary school. I'm a TA. So the daycare, I met one of the students' mom, and we ended up hanging out. And I was, she's Caucasian, and she's talking that, like she's from where we from. And that you could tell that's just her. That's just her orbit. That's how she is. And she grew up in the city. I want to say Baltimore. She grew up in Baltimore, which could be, it's very similar. But we was talking. I was telling her, like, growing up, while I'm playing in the park, they start shooting. We would run under the building. Once the shooting stopped, we back in the park. And like, of course, it didn't change her, but you could, like, her energy shifted. Because now she in tune to, like, girl, calm down. You're not about it, and you shouldn't want to be about it. And she got these. So it was just like, for me, and it's like, to each his own. Like I done ran the streets fighting, doing all of that. But that's because of the people I was around and me protecting my friends. Like, oh, you don't like my friend? Okay, let's fight. Yeah. And it's like, it's so ignorant. Like, I look back at it now, it's so ignorant to where, I felt so tough, and, like, I'm protect. I felt like I was protecting the people that I love. to where now it's like I cannot envision my girls acting that way.
Oh my God,
And
yeah.
I'm confident in the fact that they will not. You know, because although I was out there fighting and everything, I'm also, I'm a sweetheart, very compassionate, very caring, very kind.
You are.
And so are my girls. And I'm so grateful. Like they, and who knows, but I just highly doubt that they would be how I was. When I was 9 and I was
Oh,
out there fighting 10 years old. Like it was,
a different
it was
time.
different back then.
Yeah, it's a
Like
different time. It's a different,
different era.
yeah,
But like I just
environment.
could not. I can't imagine my kids acting how I act when I was coming up, and that was my form of protection. And for them, I just wanted to be level, a whole different level, because it's like it's so much more to life, and like even just going from living on 23rd Street, it before the scaffolds, like it was a nice scenery. As time went on, now they changing everything. You got the scaffolds up, you got the mice, the rats running around crazy, and everything else. To where now I'm on this beautiful mountain, like it looked like something out of a calendar, a storybook. Like how the calendars have like the mountain pictures. Like I'm literally
In it.
in it. It's so amazing, and I just wish people could understand like
Yeah.
that tough that tough girl. I'm from the city. It's so whack. It is so whack.
I was
And
gonna
I
ask
get it.
you. That was my question because my question was, aside from everything that we spoke about, how were you able to kind of like find your, not even necessarily your way out, but I guess like your way out, like your peace? Like how were you able to kind of get in your zen? Because I didn't hear from you in months. Like I saw you on Instagram and stuff, but I had no idea where you was. And I was like, wait a minute, like, she's there still?
Yeah, my last pregnancy put the icing on the cake, because I knew it was no way, the father was gonna leave the hood, and he has a alcohol problem, and it was just a very toxic, disgusting dynamic, and we had no foundation. So being pregnant with my third child, I just was like, this is not it, and I spoke to the people I needed to speak to, which that was also rough. But like I said, it was better than where I was at, although it was still trials and tribulations. I still have trials and tribulations, but I've come so far within the last 24 months, and I don't give myself enough credit, never, but I've come so far in the last 24 months, and the only way I could have got here was through the grace of God and my children. And I
Absolutely.
know they're from God,
Yeah.
because I don't feel like I'm going to be a single mom forever. And even with that, like for my kids to not have a 2-parent household is devastating for me. And it could be devastating for them if I bring them that energy. But I do believe I will have a husband. I will, have someone to love on my children eventually in life.
Yes.
But for them to not be how I was and fighting and this little ghetto little chicken running around with my head cut off when I was, a
No,
teenager.
you've known me since I was a baby. You
Yes,
literally
you was my
had me.
first baby. You was my first baby. Like I remember y'all was y'all stayed over. Y'all was living in Delaware.
Yeah.
And y'all stayed over a few days, and I put you to sleep. You know how our parents do. They hanging out. And we in my mom's bed, and I woke up and I ain't see you. Like, where's my baby? Where's baby? You had to be like 7 months at the time. And y'all had went home, and I was asleep. Like you're my baby for real.
Oh my God. Yes. 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 You really have really played a role in me growing up. and you always had a sister position even next to Suki. I told my friend this. It used to be you and Kiana and Shatina and Levette, and y'all used to be at the door, and y'all knock it. And sometimes it felt like Proud Family, like how Penny Friends just be at the door waiting for them to come out. Like that used to always be you and all of them, like waiting for Suki to come out. And I remember that because Suki would never let me come outside with y'all because y'all was always like, all these years with you to now, like I see that you're in a whole different space. You're in a whole different way of living. And for the people that feel like or don't know how to get to where you are as far as your space is concerned, because not everybody is living like how you're living.
Some people really just don't have the opportunity. They don't have the, I'm up here because my sister moved up here. Prior to my sister moving here, she was in Baltimore. When she was in Baltimore, I wanted to live up there, and she was in a nice area in Baltimore. She wasn't far from the hood, but she was in a nice area in Baltimore, and she was commuting up here to her job, and then she ended up moving up here so she could be closer to her job. And for me, it was like, now that I look at it, it was like a blessing in disguise. It was a blessing in disguise for her to move up here because of her work, where she still is at. She's been in about 12 years now. For her to move up here for her work, and me being able to live with her and get on my feet and do what I wanted to do for my children. Because like I'm literally at 30 years old, finally doing what I want to do. And it's not for me, it's for my babies. So that's really what put me in this space, because I just, like I said, I cannot imagine my girls doing the things that I was doing as far as fighting and just being loud and obnoxious, which I still am. I got moments, but like, I don't ever want them to think that it's normal. I grew up thinking the way I grew up was normal. And I feel like we had a wonderful childhood.
Yeah.
We had a wonderful childhood.
Amid all of that, like it was the best that it could be for that moment.
Right. Mm-hmm. I feel like we had a wonderful childhood.
Because at the end of the day, we did have roofs over our heads. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't.
We had fun. We went on trips.
Yeah.
Y'all left and went to Delaware. We got a chance to go to Delaware. We never went to Delaware. I would have never been to Delaware if y'all guys didn't move up there, My parents did the best that they could. And that's what I'm trying to do in a different light, like.
Absolutely.
And that too, like, to put God first. Like Ayla talks about God like a teenager should, And there's so many teenagers who don't even know God. I swear to God, I pray to God. And that's it. They don't know his story or anything. This wasn't better for them. Just wanting them to see the world in a different way. But it's so amazing because, like, I don't plan to live here for the rest of my life. I feel like we could. I would even, as far as like, I would even have if I was to move down south, I wouldn't even mind having a business up here or apartment up here that we could just run away to. Yeah. Like it's so, and up here has its things like racism and things like that. But for me, that's light work coming from where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm. Where are you coming from?
Some people, some stores are just, they don't like us because we're brown. And it's like, it's sad, but that is life. And it's people in New York, it's people in Brooklyn who's racism. It's just not it's just hard to tell there, more hard. So it's really plain in sight up here. But for me, in my experience up here, even when I lived up here before my children, like I met some beautiful people. Absolutely. And they are very nice. And it's legit a whole new world for me. And I just give it to God for giving me the strength to even get out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Twice. Like he gave it to me twice. I moved up here in 2012 with no children. I had Ayla in 2015. And I've been having kids ever since.
I just wanted to say that it's so amazing because it shows that this was meant for you and it was meant for your kids. I wanted to say two things. One, circling back to what you said about, having to be a single parent. Just like you said, it happens with white people too. Let's not sit here and act like this is only, and like you said, they already tried to stereotype you because you were a single Black mom. Yeah, that may be, but you were able to handle the cards you were dealt. You're not the stereotype, and you showed it. You showed it, and they don't know you. They only going from what you see on the surface. They don't know that you're a working woman. They don't know that you're completely knowledgeable and that you have the capability of living in that type of space. They're only going from what they see what they see on the surface. And I feel like yes, it is hard. Yes, it is a little, difficult to not have two parents in one home. And I'm not saying that doesn't affect the kids, because in a way it does. Yet again, my dad was in the picture, but my mom did more of the groundwork with all four of us.
Right.
Well, all four of us. And she mainly did it on her own. So it goes to show you that sometimes everything happens for a reason. That's why I don't want everybody to keep on demeaning that whole being a single mother. It is tough. Nobody is saying that it's all the way beautiful. It's tough. But sometimes
it's so much beauty in it.
It's so much beauty in it, and it happens for a reason. Another thing that I wanted to say was as we begin to close this, I wanted to know what advice do you give to people that don't know or don't feel like they could be where you're at right now? What do you say to them?
I say, pray and talk to that man above. He won't come when you want him to come, but he's going to come. If you show and prove God that this is what you want and you're willing to do the work, he will provide. And I just can't see it no other way. Talk to God and find a way. My sister Ayana, we still go through things, but she was my way out. Ayana and God, we have to find a way, stay on that path to where you get where you need to get to, and then you could just find another path. But it's so possible, because I remember thinking I was just going to be in front of that building all day, every day. And I'm not.
You're not.
I miss it. I'm about to take a week off so I can go sit in front of the building. But
where you from? The people's out here.
It's no place like home. But I have a new home, and I couldn't ask for anything more.
TT, thank you so much.
Thank you. So I was nervous the whole time, but
it's okay. It's okay. Like, we both come from mothers that are very outspoken. So stuff like this is kind of in us. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like this is already in us. So I knew you were going to be able to execute this so well. I had total faith in you. That's why I didn't care. That's why I was like, I told you, that's why I was like, I'm going to lead you on with the topics, and then we just go from there. I knew you were going to wing it.
Thanks, baby. And you know what else though? Like, you've been amazing as far as you singing. Your creativity it's been outstanding. I've been seeing your creativity. But also, like, it's so amazing because at your age, and even when you was younger with all this creativity, it's the same things that I wanted to do, but just like getting out of the hood. Like, I just felt like it was far-fetched. I've been talking about doing a podcast since Ayla was born. Ayla's about to be 7 years old. And you doing this right now and having this right now, it gives me so much motivation. So much motivation. And I'm your big sister with 3 kids. And you, even when I was looking at what you posted, I was like, you got a private on your YouTube. I'm like, this is amazing. The creativity is amazing. Amazing. And I give it to you, partner. I give it to you, little brother. This is amazing. Keep doing it. Like I said, you giving me motivation to start.
Hey, listen, go ahead. This is being done through Zoom. You see how I set it up? No money whatsoever. If I need I have a ring light. If not, I'm using my mom, because right now I'm in my mom's room, but I'm using like literally like this lamp just for lighting. Like, the Zoom audio, my laptop, it picks up. It has a good microphone, as you can tell with all the other episodes. Like, it's not that much that I It's not that much that goes into it. And you know, the whole reason for why I'm doing this is to show everybody in the neighborhood that it's possible. Stop, don't think that the front of the building is the only place to be. Get out there.
Only thing to be.
Get out there. It's easy.
Like,
just pick up your phone
and that's the problem. They don't think it's possible. I remember thinking it was not possible.
Or that or you want to know something? They'll start it, but they'll feel like because it's not a lot of views, because to them they'll say, oh, it's not a lot of views, it's corny because we in a project. No, listen, I started my first YouTube video. My mother literally put money together for me to get this box from Tokyo, because my first YouTube video was the Tokyo treats mukbang that I did. Mukbang, whatever it's called. They're gonna get at me for that. In my first YouTube video, I cleaned up the room like how I regularly do. I put the towel over whatever crack or whatever in the room, and I sat my phone on the windowsill, no ring light, no nothing, during the daytime, lifted up the curtains, and I tried the candy. I just recorded myself trying the candy, because I know those unboxings and stuff was stuff that kids and everybody like. So that's what I did. That's what I put together. And you know, a lot of my jokes were a little forced, but as time went on, I got better in doing my videos. It became more of a natural thing. Be consistent. Once you're consistent, my channel got over 1,000 views in the last couple of months. That meant a lot to me, because it was so shocking. And I was like, this is what's going to keep me going. Because in 2020, I didn't think I was going to keep going. I didn't think so, but I disciplined myself. I was like, let me find other things to do. My friends got involved. You could let your friends get involved. My friends were the ones who gave me the idea for this podcast, and I put it to the side. They were the ones who urged me. I was like, no, you could start it. You could do it. Like, let's go ahead, get you a good circle, and it could happen. You just need the support. And once you have that, you're lit. Yep. You're lit. And I can't wait for whenever you have a podcast. I would definitely like to come right on here. Yes.
It's gonna take some time with all these kids now. They in there running amok. Yeah. But baby, you so creative. I'm so proud of you, and this is only the beginning for us both. I got so many ideas. You gotta call me when these kids are asleep. We need to talk. Like, I have so many ideas as far as the kids, and like I'm writing children's books. Like, it's a lot. That's why I done disappear. Like, I have so many goals and ideas, and I just moved, so I'm trying to get my face together. We got to talk.
You got me on Instagram. I'm ready whenever. I'll definitely help you out. Like, one of my friends was like, because of you, like, I'm really about to start a podcast. I was like, I'll help you set it up. Let's get a theme together. Let's write some stuff down. Like, do the affirmation sheets. Let's start working on your list, and know that it takes time. Like, and know that it's okay to take a break. Like, none of this is done overnight. And that's one thing that I told myself. I had to go slowly with this. You know, this wasn't an immediate, it takes time, but it's worth it. And it's fun. Right. You actually.
Right. Yeah, this was definitely fun. I'm not ignoring the kids. They probably excited. I ain't yell at them in about 20 minutes. Yeah. This is very fun. We got to do it again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, TT.
No, thank you. Look at my baby brother all grown up.
Please get up.
Hey y'all, what's up? We are back. This is Freedom of Speech Part 2 with a very familiar face. Y'all already know, my girl, Lizbeth. Lizbeth, you can introduce yourself for the viewers, for the people that don't know who you are, because everybody pretty much know who you are. You've been on every episode. So.
I'm Lizzie, on social media, on Twitter and Instagram. Let's see if we go back to TikTok, YouTube as well. I am mostly also on YouTube. About me for today. This green and this green don't match, but I wish I had a neon green top. But look at it. Nice. I love it. Hello guys, and pronoun she her. You already know me. And I'm gonna do my makeup. I don't know what palette I'm gonna do. But we have, and I might choose one because some of them I want to give away. But
I wanted to briefly talk to you about 3 things. The first thing that I want to discuss with you, we spoke about it so much. I wanted to know if you would like to share just like what's been going on with you and your creative process, and what's going on as far as your content and stuff is concerned. and what you're planning on doing with your content, you know, overall, how you plan on mapping yourself on the internet and your brand you're about.
I could so there was a video that I did say like podcast ago, or the last one, where I was like, I have like a video. It's probably like a couple podcasts that I mentioned it, but it's been delayed for months because I'm just lazy. But also college, I had almost failed, and now that's over. I'm trying to get back into it. And one of them is gonna be like school related. It's gonna be like a week vlog. It was around like April, I think I recorded it. So that's like the time frame that it was around. And in the future, I want to do another makeup tutorial, like so bad. Um, I want to do like the under eye, like you know, the other makeup that's been trending and stuff, like the eyeshadow that is under the eyes and acts as the concealer. I was like, I want to do that look so bad. I might do it today because that's one of the looks I'm planning to do actually today. But that's like also what I'm gonna post on Insta is like photos that I have with my friends and some makeup looks that I post in my story that I want to permanent on my Insta. Um, if I don't know if I'll do any TikToks or be on Twitter right now, but maybe in the future. But also I want to do commissions. I don't know if it's gonna be this summer, but I do want to open commissions at some point. I just gotta, you know, see what I want to draw and how I'm gonna communicate that out. But it will be set on Instagram, so you can see my Instagram. I love Lisby to see the commissions if it's open or not.
The reason why I asked Elizabeth this question is because, you know, in this creative world, especially on YouTube, creators, you know, it's glorified when work is done and when creators are consistent. And just like we glorify work when it's completed, we should also glorify work when it's in progress. You know what I mean? We should stop beating ourselves up if something didn't get done. And the fact that it's going to get done, it's a good thing. It's just as good as it getting done. You guys don't know the work that comes into her putting in her videos. You don't know her home situation. We should pay attention to the hardships and the challenges that go into creating said work. It needs to be spoken up about. I'm tired of everybody just keep thinking that when these YouTubers create these videos that it's just all nice and peachy, when there's a lot of bullshit that goes down. That
Or
y'all
create any type of content. I see it in Roblox. I was shocked how
in
people
Roblox.
like bully
And
other
Roblox.
people to finish creating a game. And we love content on Roblox, and we were just like, oh, I hope you know, we could still say that we hope and stuff. And I feel like, you know what we should do as creators to show that we're still here and we haven't given up, because you know the other people also doesn't know if you've given up or not. And I do want to do that and show, like, that's why I did the recording for what was it? That's why I did the recording in April, because I was like, I want to show you that I'm in college. You know what I mean? I feel like people in school can relate that really school is the only thing they can think about right now. Even though they have other dreams and stuff, this is what's, you know, been taking their time really. So that's why I did that. Even though it's not posted yet, I still, if you could see that I'm still alive in Instagram, I'm active on Instagram. And you can see my stories that I hang out with friends and stuff. Like, I'm being more real on my Instagram. So you can see, like, I post like I'll like share and stuff on my I'll share stuff on my stories. Like it'll be reels or it'll be a post that's like relatable. Not relatable, but I like literally relate to and resonate with. I'm starting to be more open and to show people who I am.
Absolutely. And it's needed. I feel like we need more of that reality because everything is not all peaches and cream. And I wanted to take the floor before we actually get into the other topics to glorify that. You know, I'm proud of you that you are still in the process of creating your stuff. I wanted to say that. Like, I could say I'm proud of you and shit when it's done. Yes. But I wanted to say that I'm proud of you now. The fact that you're even paying attention to it amid everything that you're going through in your own personal life is just as great as you getting it done. Shit not done yet, but it will be. And that's just as good.
I saw like Instagram reels like of the audio that's like trending is like, which I could go more deep into how it could be negative too, but the positive of it is like what you're doing in yourself and your personality is the content. Um, that's literally what it is. They're like, before your camera, show what you're doing, and post it because you're the content. You're literally, it's you that's the content. There are some downsides of like, you want your personal life and you want it to be, you just want it to be
Personal.
social media. So like I can also understand that.
Not everybody's used to just throwing everything out.
It's like you have your own boundaries. People are different when it comes how they want to show themselves on social media. So yeah.
Speaking of living life, you brought that up, and that's been something that me and you this year specifically have been like promoting, professional lifers. And and me and you, especially in our friend circles and everywhere, we've just been promoting how important it is to kind of like live life and have fun and yada yada yada. But I specifically wanted to change gears a little and kind of dabble into something that we never really went too deep in, not even in our regular conversations. First question for you is, when did you know that you felt more comfortable being an introvert when it came to society?
Because I think when I was younger, I wasn't taken out a lot when I was younger. Because my family, like, never was around. But I did go out a lot. Like, I did go to, like, I have an art program, and that's where a lot of my close friends I used to talk to. I just didn't like parties. I didn't like Hispanic parties and shit. It wasn't my vibe. I just don't like the hookah. I don't like the smoking, the drinking, and the dancing. I was like, I like to be in my own comfortable space. I don't like to be dragged places. But my family didn't have a choice because I'm little. They can't leave me at home. So that's kind of like where the interest started, and like going to school. I don't really know. Like I like people. I like hanging out. Like when I was young, like I fucking love swings and meeting people in the park. Like, but I was also like I didn't talk a lot at school at the same time. And I don't really know. I kind of was just into it. It's just not to just be one, that's because I was. It's not like I chose to be one. I was like, well, I like being comfortable actually. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like we're an introvert. It's kind of like a natural, like we just naturally go into it.
Some other people are extroverts. Some people just rather, they rather talk, they rather be bold and show their personality, which I, as an introvert, like I actually like it. Like those people, I always remember, even though I don't talk to them anymore. Like when I was middle school, I was like, I'm gonna miss y'all, even though y'all are annoying sometimes. You know what I mean? I was like, even though y'all are annoying, and I do want to have that confidence to be bold and show my personality without shutting it down just because people just don't like me. So
yeah,
a lot of introverts fear too, but
But going on to my second question, I did want to ask you, and then I'll provide my little 2 cents for everyone. But my second question, now that I want to ask you, is like, how did you become comfortable?
It took a very long time, and that's why I was about to say that I feel like you helped me a lot. Even though you say like it wasn't me, like I had it in me, like sure, but you're the one that like helped me like to let it out because you weren't afraid to also like speak what's on your mind and stuff and say it loud and like because you had no choice. You're gonna be there. You have to be there. So they're gonna have to take it and deal with it. Like for your appearance, you were like, fuck it, I'm just gonna be myself. And I was like, I love that confidence. Like I want to, I want to be open because I'm also goofy and I'm also as goofy as you and a fucking crackhead. Like I love making cat noises, meows and shit. Like I'm so different. And you made me feel comfortable and bring it up.
You already know I hate when people compliment me and tell me that I did great. That literally
hate
happened
it,
last segment.
it.
I at last segment when people tell me like all the great things I'm doing about myself and I have done for others, I'm always giving that little awkward like, oh my God, thank you, that little awkward smile because I don't know what else to do. Because sometimes it's like And to give people like a little bit of a background, I was an extrovert first. So I always had this thing for wanting to be around people my age. What made me close up was getting bullied. As everybody knows, I suffered. I'm not the only one, and sometimes I think that's why I don't really shed light on what happened to me being bullied, because I don't like.
You should, because that's what happened. Like,
Yeah.
not shed light on it. But, I mean, you don't speak about it because that's something that
Yeah.
happened. You're not just gonna
I
close
think
on it and
I'm
be like,
so
"Oh, that
used
shit
to
didn't
closing
happen."
myself up because like I keep telling myself like I don't want to be pitied, and I know a lot of other kids have been bullied too. Everybody, so it's like I think I keep telling myself
That's up to the other people. They want to pity you. They want to pity you. That means they don't fully understand what you went through, and that's not the person
Yeah.
you to probably talk to and vent to.
let's talk about to actually go a little bit more into it. I was bullied because I didn't sell drugs.
They wanted you to be gay,
And because I wasn't a street, wasn't a gangbanger, because I didn't play basketball, because I was not checking the boxes of what they thought in their mind was a Black man, a masculine, tough Black man, I was demeaned. And over time, I actually realized also that a lot of them could have also been going through a lot of insecurities on their own, and they projected a lot of what they felt onto me because they saw that I was so confident. And I was subjected to mad bullying in my neighborhood because of that. I went to school with all white kids. So a lot of my bullying wasn't because of who I was. It was more because I was Black. So I was getting bullied in two different ways, in two different scenarios at the same time. My bullying caused me to close up because I didn't really have a lot of friends to rely on. And at that time, I was with a lot of fake bitches that really didn't have my back. So I really didn't have a huge support. I thought they did, but they didn't. And it left me to kind of, which I love and appreciate, it left me with just God and my mom. God and my mom were the two main people that kept me going and pushed me through my bullying. My mom was 100% there for me when I got bullied throughout my life for emotional support. She was 100% there. And she's part of the reason for why I was able to keep on going throughout school. Because I always like went to school with like, you know, where the kids were mainly Caucasian. And I've been in spaces where I learned how to navigate and, you know, just stay true to myself and just, you know, keep things moving. Because I got bullied literally just for existing, literally just for being myself.
Literally, not even being, literally just existing.
Existing.
Like literally existing. It's not even, they don't even know you.
Yeah. And I made the decision to be a lot, not to, like you said, it naturally happens.
But you naturally was like, yeah.
But when I actually closed myself off, it was 8th grade. 8th grade was when I actually closed myself off because I had got into what only happened to be like the only like 4th fight I've ever been in my life. I got into like a fight with a bully in my school. See, he had got left back like 4 times. And I was racing down the stairs with my friend and I had bumped into him and his posse and he called me a pig. And I was like, your mom. And then he got mad and he sucker punched me. And then I punched him back. And then we started fighting. And I hated, the fight only lasted like 30 seconds. It really,
we don't like fighting, by the way.
But I hated fighting. Like, I'm one of those people where you're never going to hear me say, I'm with the shit. Like, I got hands. I do. But it's like, I don't like fighting, though. Like, I'm not the type of person that likes putting my hands on people. I don't like seeing people get hurt. I mean, in that situation, I was angry and my mind only said, finish him. So, like, I acted off of anger. But I hated that I even was put in that situation. Like, that was I would say a big catalyst that kind of made me pull back from everybody and kind of just like stay within myself and my small friend circle that I had at the time. And then it just became a habit. Being more introverted actually was one of the best decisions I could ever made in my life, because it was the reason for why I was able to do all of this content, write all of this music. Like, once I actually stayed in the house by myself, it gave me time to focus on my music, focus on doing content and my craft. I was literally able to perfect it, which had me going to a great art high school and a great art college, which I'm currently at. And I don't regret it for the world. Now I see myself as an extrovert and an introvert because there is a part of me that loves to actually go outside and explore the world. But the reason why I still see myself as an introvert is because of people. Like I just overall am afraid of the human beings. Like I have a fear of human interaction. I really do. Because I at this point, especially during these times, you never know what you're going to get from a human being, and it's played a part even in like my relationship life. Like I told you before that like a lot of the reason for why I don't even date is due to my fear of intimacy. People are given very much serial killer. Like people are given very much I can't even approach you. Like it's given very much like human beings are just it's like I love people and I hate people at the same time. I do have to work on it because I know everybody's not the same. Like there are great people out there. I just hope that I meet more of them one day. The only people that I like truly see myself devoting my all to, other than my family, is my friends. Not to mention my fans, who I also love. I'm not saying that I hate y'all, but I think we all have those days where we're just like human beings is not it. And that's where a lot of my
That's what I feel
that's where
to certain. That's what I feel to certain people because I judge them too quickly. But it's because it's the fear of. But also, here's the thing: if I'm not ready for someone, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna force myself into it. It's just like there's some guys that I met that I was like, it was like a friend way, but it was like I don't like how you treat other people. I don't like the energy you give me. There's some boundaries that I could have said that I wanted to have, but I also didn't want to deal with another person. Like, I didn't have the energy. I already gave my energy out to my other friends. I didn't have any more for another person, even though we're just friends. So I was like, no, I'm not interested. Sorry, I gave you my stuff. I'm not interested though. Okay.
When I see stuff like all of these racist things and stuff happening, it's like, bro, we human beings at the end of the day. We all gotta live here. What the fuck at the end of the day? We all on a floating rock in the middle of space. We just trying to find a purpose. All we know is
that's why I'm into chilling. Like I like the chill vibes.
Yeah.
That I'm seeing from people that I've met recently.
As far as like celebrities and how we just uphold them and like in a way it's like a lot of this shit is a facade. Like
it's just entertainment for a species that feel like they're higher power than a lot of
other species. How y'all know there's not species studying us? Thing and looking at us like we fucking stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Like
y'all dumb. Actually.
Like, come on, there's probably aliens right now that's like, ooh, why y'all act like that? Like, for real. Because it's like
we were over that 2 centuries ago, which y'all
exactly. Like when you really think about it, you really start to like kind of just like see how much like how much humans make such a big deal, and it's not. We don't know what the hell we doing. We just are here. It is what it is. We're just doing what we want to do at the end of the day. Moving on to my third topic. How do you view work?
The work that we're doing now is modern slavery, and we just decided either you kill yourself or you adapt to it. That's how I feel like the world made it, but I could kind of go around that and kind of enjoy it in a way. And I also have adapt to it. Like I was like, you know what? I can't do this depression. I can't do this sadness for myself and for the people I care about. You know what I mean? And there's some things that my younger self wanted that I can now do. I just have to get to that point. It's gonna take time for me to get to that point.
Being in New York, it's modern day slavery. Like it's like New York is really this. Like sometimes
this is not work. This is pain.
Mm-hmm. And
it's a simulation.
New York, I said in my last episode, it's a hamster on a wheel. It's just working. That's it. Like it's people are just.
That's why people are mad. If you see people that are like upset, it's because they're showing they get money. It's because they're showing something in their life they can't fix because they don't have enough.
It's so hard to get it in this city, and you have to strive. Like you really have to grab. Like in
everything is expensive, and then they want to drop the minimum wage, and I'm like, I'm moving actually. You know what I mean? But they're dropping the minimum wage in other places too, and I'm like, I gotta figure out where I'm going at this point.
And then you got the raising gas prices. Child, I'm not even looking forward to having a car in New York City. Like, I'm getting my license. Like, I
I
already have
want
my
you.
permit. I already have my
Yeah.
permit. I'm getting my license, but I don't even want to own a car. Like, that's just too much stress, especially in New York where everybody drives like it's GTA. I can't do it. I wanted to know, how do you feel about self-work? Like, if we put ourselves doing work for us, what is your view on it? Or do you even see work for us as work?
You're working on how you treat others. You're working on your boundaries. You're working on self-love. You're working on to see like who you are, and who you are changes. So you're always gonna learn more things about yourself, because there's always something to learn every day. It can be the littlest shit in the world. It doesn't have to be academics, because academics is forget about school. Everybody says that everything from school is not even used from now, but if you know 2 plus 2, you could add that and buy something from deli. So it's just that work is working on yourself is some work. It's worth it to do that. Actually, it's like the number one thing on my list. I rather work on myself. It used to be academics, because I used to be said, oh no, work is first. Like academics is first, like school is first. No, myself. Because if I'm not alive, if I'm dying, if I'm depressed, I can't do any of that. There's no way at all. So it has to be
Be
myself.
working on your human self first and taking care of the human in
Yes.
you. It definitely does.
And it's gonna take time. It's gonna be a very long time to come to where I am now. My younger self's gonna be like, why aren't you depressed and in bed and shitting on people? Me now is gonna be like, that's stupid, and you're hurting yourself actually and not hurting others. You think you are hurting others, you're not. You're hurting yourself. You believe yourself.
What would you change about the work world? People that talk about problems that happen in the beauty industry, fashion, music, acting industry. What do you say if you really had full control in what goes on in those industries and the work routine and stuff there? What is one thing that you would change about it?
One, I don't want to have full control over anything. You're meaning like if something were to change, what is something that I rather than change? I think one, it's gonna take time. Two, can we stop hating on people? Can we stop fat shaming, please? Can we stop judging people just based on their looks and giving them a second chance? Can we please stop that? Because if someone has a heart of an asshole, but then you let them, oh no, it's fine, then you're letting other people do that too. And also, the people with disabilities, it's very hard for them to make content because they're especially on TikTok, they're not pushed. I think I saw a video that says that if you look ugly, literally it's like I could be wrong. So I'm not trying to say that I heard it. I'm not gonna say it's 100% true, so don't state or don't see it as like 100% fact. But I heard like if you look ugly or if you don't look like to the standard of a pretty person, you're not gonna be boosted, or you're not gonna be in the For You page, or you're not gonna be in anybody's Explore page. So basically, you're not gonna get any viewers. You're not gonna get an audience. It's gonna be very difficult to have an audience. That's also for like ethnic people, especially like Black people. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you're ugly," to do with your skin color, and they would like. And then it's always been like that, even on YouTube. I'm pretty sure every Black YouTuber has explained that it's hard to make content because they're not even on anybody's recommended. Because how YouTube has fucking changed shit, they made it so you can't really riot on it, but then you see that it's a change at the same time.
I wanted to circle back to what you said. I love how you did it respectfully, But I love how you even just came for the question as a whole. Like, again, if y'all hear the siren in the background, don't mind it. I love how you just came for the question as a whole. Like what I even said, if you had full control, why would you want to?
If I'm the face of something, they're gonna blame me and they're not gonna see the bigger picture of it.
And just like you said, like everybody should just be working at their own pace together. It shouldn't be so, I don't even know the right word, because we learned it in history. I don't know the right word, but it shouldn't be so somebody's up here and then everybody's just like, like it should be something where we all just work together, love each other, help promote each other, because we're all in the same shit. All we trying to do is get money. It is a money game.
Get money.
That's really all it is.
All we trying
That
to do,
shit can change. That should change.
that should change too, because we just trying to be happy, and it doesn't mean that we want everything. It's also going to be, we seen read books and see movies where if you have everything, then it was the point of living. But
yeah,
it's also like there's so many things that should be fixed that we shouldn't. It's like it's unnecessary to have.
Going with what you said before, just about something to change within the work world as far as social media is concerned, because a lot of these companies are being ran by a lot of these social media algorithms like TikTok. And I've seen TikToks where they try to promote more of people. And for example, like the person you hear behind me right now is my brother who's disabled. He has no choice but to make noise. People like him, people that have certain impairments should be just as glorified as these perky, let's face it, Caucasian, perky, happy, sunshiny ass teenagers dancing to Black people shit on TikTok. Like the work world, just seeing different faces than what the common or stereotypical pretty, like I said, like instead of seeing what you're so used to, now it's the time to see different shit and real life shit. You know what I mean? Like people with disabilities or any type of impairments should be able to be glorified on these social media websites, just like quote unquote regular people are. You know what I mean? And they have just as much of a right. We're all fucking human beings at the end of the day. So I love that. That's something that you said that needs to really be more of a thing. Just seeing more of faces that aren't deemed as common. We need more of that. We need different shit. When you go on these websites, instead of seeing so much of the curviness, which is not a problem, you'll see more bodies where they don't have the butt, or they don't really have breasts, or they're chunky. They're not really skinny.
Also, yeah, I also need to see older people.
Older people. Older
I
people.
do see some, but a lot of times when it's the older people, it's more comedic. And I'm like, when I got older, I don't want to just be comedic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool too, but a lot of times it's more comedic. I mean, also sometimes it's like makeup too, but I feel like there has to be like a bigger, someone has to be there to do a bigger range.
Yeah.
I'm getting older and I want to relate to my age range. I also relate to the younger ones, but the younger ones are going through another generation, another life that's different from mine. Yeah. They're having a whole different childhood, which I can relate to some extent, but I can't because
all the way. Mm-hmm.
They're going through something else. They're going through TikTok and they're thinking that that's personality. And that's up to them because, we also did that too. That's nothing bad. But it's a different generation. It's a different time. They're a different age group. So
you're absolutely
they're
right.
going to take it in a different way.
Time for our last segment. We going to end this off with some fun because y'all have not seen us play Freedom Fun in a fucking minute. So
I'm so excited.
All right, you guys. So we are in our last segment, Freedom Fun, which y'all already know. I know y'all missed this segment because we got a little too serious for y'all. So we're gonna end this episode off with some online Uno.
My computer's on 20%.
Y'all should really already know how Uno works. If not, Google it because it's too confusing and everybody has their own rules for Uno. But this online thing should work pretty fine.
It looks like it almost looks like a chess game in the same time, like the old computer
right?
chess game.
Oh.
So they said Uno was better.
No, oh Pizzuno. Okay, that's cute. Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah, it's a bootleg Uno, just online. Yeah, I think it's your turn.
I know.
It's telling me it's your turn though, because the arrow. I see the
It
arrow.
is, and I'm trying to tap on it. Fucking.
I think you could drag it. I think you click drag it. Is it not working?
What in the hell?
You click and drag it.
No, you look. Hold on.
Double click.
Whole ass.
Okay, I already went.
Oh, it was your turn.
Oh, I thought it was your, because the arrow is pointing.
Girl.
The arrow is pointing as if like you were supposed to put it down.
Oh no, it was pointing at you.
Yeah, because I was
you
like, okay,
dropped
what's going
a
on?
+4 on me.
Yeah, you was getting skipped.
And I'm getting skipped too. Wait a minute. Hold on, because this is not fair. Wait a minute, because I feel like I got assaulted right now.
No, because we really thought it was your turn because the arrow looked like you're supposed to put it. It's trying to tell you to put it down, but really it's pointing that it's my turn.
I'm fucking hurt.
I can't put two numbers down.
Like we can't stack. I think on the online ones you can't stack. I need to change the color. It's been red the entire round.
No, I want it to be red. It's so bad because I can't see your face because if I do, I can see what card you have. At least we could pick and play though. Like, at least I could do that. What? Wait, what?
It says something about you declaring the last card. What the fuck is that?
I thought that's saying that I'm Uno or some shit. I thought that was saying like I have to say Uno, but now I almost won. Now I think the declare last card was more for. The fuck is?
It says somebody got punished and they hit me back with more cards. What is this? Like, what is this?
I don't know.
I literally
it told me like I have to say like the instead of Uno like the whatever. I don't know.
How are we supposed to? Because I pressed on the last call button.
Me
but
too.
Did I do it too soon? Probably. I don't fucking know. I need to pick. I'm hurt.
I don't know. I don't want to click last card because
I don't think I'm gonna click it. I'm gonna just see what the game do for me.
I don't know. It's your turn.
No, it's yours.
I know it's which I don't got a one.
I don't got no like this color. I don't got no greens. Oh my god.
We're so fucked.
Oh my fuck.
Here we go.
Depression.
You have like 10 cards.
I have like 80.
Did you take the last 5? Oh no.
I'm just
Girl, I don't have that.
We're
fucked.
What the fuck do I even do?
I feel like this pile isn't shuffled. I wish I could shuffle it.
Are they saying it's still my turn? Yeah, can we just get like a... First of all, this is not blue. That should look purple.
First of all, how did you do that? Oh, because okay. It does look violet though.
Like a violet, like purple, like.
Oh, we could stack. Can we? Oh, we can't. Never mind. I thought you could. I thought you could stack. You fucking asshole.
My to get rid of some of my cards.
You put like 2. How did you put 2? I tried to stack.
I skipped you, and then I did it again.
Oh. I knew I put the wrong card. You ass. I know I put the wrong card down. Hold on. Because I can't with you in fucking blue. You asshole. I know I put the wrong card. You ass! Oh my god, this is what you get.
I didn't. First of all, that is jealousy.
It's because you're an asshole.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hit you back one.
Fuck you.
I failed the hit, by the way. Like, I literally feel you hitting me with them shits. I don't care. You already know. Listen. You already know. Look.
We're gonna be on here. I have to charge my computer too. This is the card I meant to put down. I feel like you're gonna fucking kill me.
Oh my god. Wait, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, bitch.
Fuck you, because you're hurt. That is why you're doing this, because you're
It's
hurt.
because you fucking asshole. You decided.
You're hurt. And that's okay.
You decided.
You're hurt, and that is okay. Like, that is what you're not getting. Like, you're hurt, and that's okay that you're hurt.
I just feel like we're never gonna end this, and this computer's gonna die.
We fight into the fucking guts for this shit. What?
You asshole.
I can't. What the hell is it?
Don't make it blue. I feel like you have blue shits that are gonna fucking kill. Stop making it.
You
Now you made it blue.
You the one who gave
And
me
I
those cards, so you got to deal with it.
No.
Yes, yes ma'am. Yes. And you already know I'm gonna hit you with some of these too. You already know.
Okay, that was just 2 of them though.
Okay. Let me see what I could do. Okay. I'm gonna put some game music under here when I edit this shit.
You ass.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I got a 3-2.
Yeah.
Me too.
You ass.
Me too. It says you declare the last card.
I don't know what it means. I really don't know what it means. What the fuck is Pixuno?
Pizzuno. I think it says a pizzeria, but it's doing like a pizzuno.
I don't know what Pixuno is. How the fuck did you already get to? Oh my god. You already got down to like. The fuck is Pixuno? Is it like you have up to Douglas? What are you doing? I don't know what the declare shit is.
I think I got it. I think you have to like actually put down the card, and when you actually have the last one, then you win. That's how you do it.
How do I didn't understand it.
If you have like 2 cards left, you have to put the one like to make it one more card only. After you put it to make it one more card left, then you press the last card button. You don't press the last card button before you do it. You have to actually deal the card and then
makes no sense.
It doesn't. But that was a lot. All right. So that was a little crazy, but you know, me and Elizabeth are still friends after that.
Okay, my computer's about to die. Let me see. 17.
Okay, let me close this out by saying I'm so glad.
No, I still have some battery left, but I know.
Oh, okay. Thank you guys so much. A lot, like I said, has been going on at home, and I'm just so glad that even throughout everything that I went through in the last couple of weeks, that I was still able to pull through and put more content for you guys. Like we said, it's only up from here. Stay tuned for some music. Stay tuned for some more YouTube content. You already know. As y'all already know, you can find Lizbeth on Instagram, and any information about anything she's doing for her content will be on Instagram. And y'all are also going to see her like from time to time promote it on my podcast if needed. You already know I'm for promoting everybody in their businesses and what they doing for them other selves. That way y'all could, head to their channels and, head to what they're doing and, see and look at it and, support it.
Do you see this? Hold on.
It's great.
This is my actual mess. But
how did that look today? What was it? Can we get into that before we leave?
It's like, I don't forget what it's called, but it's like the concealer eyeshadow makeup shit. I don't know if it's called concealer eyeshadow or like I don't know what it's called. They're like under eye makeup. I don't know what it's called. It started trending where like you'll do, and to make it look like when you put your concealer is like where we put the color on. So it kind of it plays with your mind that it looks like, oh, that's like your concealer. It does look lighter, or it looks good, and it's like it's not supposed to really darken it out, but it's like, and it goes with your. It's supposed to go with your skin tone and shit. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to do purple, but I have to have a good purple.
That complements your skin very well.
You see this?
It looks really pretty.
I forget. This is why I love blue and pink. It's my favorite color. Two of my favorite colors together. Blue and pink.
Period.
It's really good. And I use this fucking palette. It's so fucking good.
Let's give them a free sponsor.
The Warrior 3 by Juvia's. Shit.
Is it Black owned?
Yeah.
Hey, no, hold it up to the camera. We could do free sponsors for my Black owned businesses.
This shit
okay.
It's fucking good. I have other ones, but I said I was gonna give it to my friends. One of them I did give it to Nakaya. I have like these. So this is like Masquerade Mini by Juvia's, and this one is the Nubian. If I pronounced it right, Nubian 2. This is like a bronzer. I opened it up. It's more like a bronzer palette, like a contour bronzer.
Okay.
Very yeah.
My Black owned business could get sponsored for free. We don't get. How you say what?
Oh yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Because they don't get sponsors enough at all.
Yeah. Period.
They need to.
They need to. And we keeping that.
So
we're keeping that whole thing. If y'all want, please go ahead and take a look at that makeup.
It's also their lip glosses. I also gave them to my friends.
What's the company name?
I think it's Juvia's. I forgot. I got it from Ulta. When it was like last year.
Send me a screenshot of like the company's Instagram page so I can put it on the podcast. All right, you guys, y'all already know. Stay tuned and yeah. All right.
I'll see you later, hoes. It's so weird.
Oh, 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 whoa, 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 hey. Oh, 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 whoa, 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 hey. Procrastination meets imperfection. Am I heading in the right direction? I just wanna lay down, but if I lay down now.